Hi, welcome to the new video. I'm Rohit, Desai, co-founder of JB Experts. In this video, we are going to understand whether trade insurance is really needed for your export business. If you are giving credit in the open market and you find some kind of a deal and the buyer is asking for a credit for 30 days, 60 days, 120 days or 360 days, or whatever the days he's asking. So there is a risk involved in every day, because normally what happens here is if you get the payments upfront, then you're safe, but he will be in risk. But now if you are giving the credit, then you are in a bigger risk. To be more competitive in the market, this payment terms is really good. But end of the day, the thing here is if you don't receive the payments back on time, or if you don't receive the payment at all, then you will be in a deep trouble. So in that case, what is that you can do for this? So I want to get the business, but I don't want to take the risk also. In that case, it's trade insurance that is going to support you to build your business. So how does it exactly support us? Whenever you're billing any customer across the border, so you're going to send him the goods first, and then later in couple of days he's going to make you the payment. In just case that he doesn't make the payment, then there is an insurance company who is going to make the payment for you. So this is a backup support that you need to take, so that whenever you send out the goods out, and if there is any bad debt in the market, then at least you have a backup thinking that, okay, this insurance company will help me to get my money back. So what does this cover? This covers if the buyer goes bankrupt or insolvent, and if the buyer doesn't have an intent to pay you the money, in that case this will work. And if there is any political situation like a war, or is there any kind of instability in the market, then even in that case, if the buyer is not accessible, even then you will be getting your money back. In what situation you'll never get the money back from, even from the insurance company? The buyer will not pay, that's the first thing. Even later, the insurance company also will deny you to make the payment. In what is those situations? If something goes wrong with your mistakes, you have done something messed up. It could be on packaging, it could be on quality, it could be on product, it could be anything. So if you have done any mistakes from your end, then even the insurance company will deny it. So please make sure whatever the trade you're getting into, you have followed the proper rules, regulations, and the ethical standards what the businessman has to deal in. And then if there is any nuclear kind of events, then this will not be taken care, but that is very rarely happens. Other than if there is no buyer is responding and the buyer is ready to make the payment, it is something on your operational level there is a issue. It could be a banking issue, or it could be something else. Then even if that's the case, you are not getting the payment, even then the insurance company is not going to pay you. The only situation here is why this insurance is going to be worthy, or this to be taken, is only when if you don't trust the buyer and he's a new buyer for you and you don't know him. And if the payment goes wrong, something goes wrong here and there, then at least you have a backup saying that, okay, this is something which I can be secured with. The other alternate options I have already discussed in the LC video. If you have not watched it, please go and watch the LC video so that you will be having a better understanding. Then comes the something is like, okay, if you have done, if you have already received the advance payment, then you have taken the insurance, and then you go back playing smartly saying that, okay, I have not received the payment from the buyer. Then even because people intentions are very different these days. It's not like an ethical thing that, okay, I got my payment, then why should I do it? Because they want to make a double money here. So that's a scam, what I say it. So people try to do that. Even in those cases, the insurance companies are smart enough to handle it. And then comes like cash in advance, upfront payments. And if there is any kind of a buyer is already in a financial trouble and you are aware of it, and still you go ahead and do a transaction, even in those situations, you will be not getting any kind of a money. And the product should be bought and received by another party. You have not even sent the goods to the buyer and you're asking the money from that particular buyer. Even then you will not get the money. See, if you are exporting to the party B, then you have to get the money from the party B. Then you can't go to insurance company saying that, okay, party A is not making me the payment. How come you can make the payment until you don't send him the goods? That's how the whole thing works. There are a lot of situations are there in the real time, in the real world. So a lot of things can be taken to the considerations. So if the buyer is not related company, so For example, I have my brother in Dubai, so I'll be sending him the goods and later I'll tell him not to make the payment so that I'll claim it from insurance company. That's a what do you call a crime, what you're planning to. So yeah, if that's a thing, then yeah, the insurance company will be able to make it out, and then you'll be behind the bars, and along with that, they will never make you the payments, something like that. So if it's your brother's company, then make sure you get the payments from your brother, or else it's going to be a difficult thing. Okay, then comes like, okay, if the buyer check is already bounced and you're making sure that okay, that the insurance company is going to make the payment, then even in those cases they will not make the payment. So these are the situations, and if the buyer is already a defaulter by a credit agency, then still you go ahead and do the transactions. Even what I suggest you is you can check with the Indian embassy, what is there any red alert on this particular buyer. Only then you can process it. See, many people in the real-time business is like, okay, people get excited when they get an inquiry. But the thing here is, inquiry is not that important. The credibility is more important than the inquiries. You got an inquiry, make sure you get it from a legit. Because there are a lot of scams happening. There are a lot of issues are happening. You will never get your payments. Your products are gone. You lost your money. That will be a big hurdle. So instead of that, please make sure you take all to the consideration and play around with it. If you have any issues, you can give us a call and we can help you with any kind of a situations. But just make sure you don't go to that extent that we can't pull you back. So make sure you are in a limit where we can retrieve the money or we can help you out in a situation. Please contact us before you doing any kind of a trade. So that will be very much helpful for you to save out your money. Okay. So how do you normally claim it? So you make sure that okay, if I done a legit transactions with a Dubai party and he's not going to make me the payment, in that situations what I can do is I can go back to an insurance company saying that I have taken insurance on this buyer, you have given me the approval, you have given me a limit. In the same limit I have done my export, but I've been following up with the buyer for more than 15 days now. He's not responding to my emails, my WhatsApp, my calls, nothing. So these are the screenshots. Please make sure you get the money. So they will try from their end. They will take at least a month of time, and then even then they couldn't recover. Then they will make sure they will pay the money from their pocket to your bank account. So make sure you have all the documents, required documents submitted, proper policies with the proper policy companies, which covers each and every aspect of it. If that is not something covered, please make sure you add those clauses. Even if you need to make an extra premium, please pay the extra premium to get the things covered. Do not underestimate any stuff so that you can later it will come and bite you later. So make sure that thing has been sorted. Then comes the profit of loss form. So you can just submit the proof saying that okay, what is the invoice value, how much you have made the payment, what is the advance you have received. You need to give a complete declaration saying that this is the total amount of loss what I'm occurring, so I want you to pay it. So that is where you need to submit your invoice, your banking system, your documents, your shipping documents, your communications, your bank acknowledgement, because many insurance companies won't allow you to send the documents directly to the buyer. They want a bank involvement in the sending out the documents so that there is a proof that you have done the shipment. Okay, so they don't trust you. See, at the end of the day, insurance company is not a charitable organization, it's a business. So whenever they collect a premium, they don't want to pay out everyone. They want to make a payment like a claim less than 0.2 or 0.4 or 0.1%. So in those situations, if it goes beyond it, then they are in loss. So in those situations, these are the main claims that you have need to do, so that whenever you are doing this kind of insurances, so please make sure you understand the whole process, how the documentation has to be shared. See, I don't say it, every insurance company does it, but the back of the mind, if I was in their place, the intention is like, okay, what would be the reason so that I can dishonor the claim? I don't want to get this claim settled because I have to pay the money, right? So I want to secure myself. So in that case, what I'll do is I will try to find the loopholes or the mistakes that you have done so that I don't pay you the money. So in those situations, if you have done direct documentation movement without any bank involvement, my policy says that this is the mandatory rule and you have not followed it, then there is a full right which I receive not to settle your payment. So there are a lot of situations when even after getting your insurance covered, if you have done any mistakes or not understanding the policy properly, then you will be in a trouble. You will be not, your buyer is not going to pay you the first money. Secondly, you have taken insurance, even these guys won't pay you the money. Then automatically you are in the same trouble what you are in. So hoping the proper procedures, following the proper procedures, following each and every step, and making sure that you taken the procedures in written from the insurance company, so that later they do not put up a word saying that over the call someone said me like you can send the documents directly, and later when you claim it they say like no, you cannot do that, we have written it in the agreement itself. So please read your insurance policy papers completely, or if there is any clarification required, please go and ask your company so that they will help you to understand each and everything, and then you can move forward. If there is anything which is left out and you are not able to understand the whole policies, you can send the policy copy to us. We will understand it and we will help you to follow the whole process. We'll give you the standard SOPs to follow so that you cannot miss out any step at the time of operations. So we are always there for you. You have any issues, please contact us. Anything, not only this, any legal issues, recovery issues, anything to that matter, please contact us. We can help you with that. So the major key takeaways here is you need to make sure all your transactions are properly recorded. Everything from day one, when you got an email on inquiry email, from that screenshot, you need to keep a complete trail of your whole email conversations, what you had with your buyer. There is, if you have done any telephonic conversations, no issues, but please make sure you put those points, whatever you have discussed over the phone, put it into an email and send him across. That is the proof that is going to safeguard you in the later upcoming issues. I want you to avoid all the upcoming challenges. You know it very well, where are the things that can go wrong. You please rectify it before. And I always say this, the tongue doesn't have a bone, so it can speak anything. But please make sure whenever you're trusting a word, verbal communications is valued nothing. So please make sure everything is properly written, documented, emailed, not on your WhatsApp. Please make sure you send across the email. Only then the things will be properly managed. Because WhatsApp is a encrypted services, people don't trust it. And if the data go missing, then yeah, there will be an issue for you. So it's better you put everything into a proper email format, and please keep taking the printouts if the deal goes through. I don't say it for every inquiry you need to take a printout, but anyhow it will be on your email record. Plus whenever the deal is going through, and especially it's going through a credit, please make sure you get all the copies printed and you save the digital copy on your system, so that if later any issue arises, you can get it sorted. Then comes, these are the insurance companies who can help you with. That is ECGC, that's a government body. Tata AIG is a private body. HDFC is one of the popular companies, and Allied. So these are the insurance companies who can help you to get your insurance. It is called as trade insurances. You need to specifically mention it as saying that, okay, I'm going to make a global trade. I want the payments, if the buyer defaults, I want that to be secured. Only then these are going to work. I'll show you in the websites. Just give me a minute. Let me jump up. So here, if you see, this is a government organization which helps you to export the product at a credit term. And if anything goes wrong with the buyer, these people will cover the payments for you. But make sure this is not something like, okay, you have made a export today, tomorrow your buyer doesn't pay you, the third day the insurance company is going to make the payment. It's not going to work so simple. It's going to take at least 90 days to 180 days to get your payment settled. So at least you'll get your money if you have followed the complete process without leaving any loopholes. If you leave it, then this guys, even being a government organization, they will dishonor the claim. So please make sure you take the understanding of the process, the procedures that are completely written here. You can go to the product and services. You can see all the policies available here. It could be a small exporter, shipment, turnover, or export based, consignment exports, anything to that matter, whatever your situation, including your software project policies. Even for that, you have insurances. Go and check what suits your requirement, or else what the best thing what you can do is go and visit their branch office. They have the office all across India, north, south, east, west, all the regions, Guwahati, Kolkata, Varanasi, Agra. Faridabad, Jaipur, Ludhiana, New Delhi, West Bengal, Patna, Chennai, Madurai, Salem, Bangalore, all of it. So they are present all across Pune, Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Vadodara. So they are included with their Google locations are here. Just go and visit there, meet the right person who can help you with, and then take the complete details of the policy. And please make sure everything comes on paper. Get the policy printed, and then whatever the communications are done with the agent, please take everything on a email. So asking him, saying that get all the clarification, whatever you have discussed over the call or on a personal, please make sure you ask him, sir, where is this line is written, in which act or which policy, or where you have exactly mentioned the terms what you are mentioning, so that you are assured that there is nothing that he is cooking up. So many people just took because everyone has a target. Just for target purpose, they can say anything. You don't need to believe it. You are a professional and you are getting trained by me. So please do not value anything just on the words. Please go and check the policies. When it comes to insurance, you don't need to trust me in that case. Go check the document, or if you get a document, get it checked by advocates. The legal advocates, go and check with them. So what are the policies here? How do I manage it and everything? So they are the people who can read out the complete details for you and give you a standard SOP. If you don't find someone, you can always rely on us. We will create a proper SOP for you and give you a clarification. What are the steps you need to follow? Where all what if you do, your insurance will be rejected, and what all the steps if you follow, your policy will be claimed. In all the scenarios, we'll explain you completely detailed, and then you can start your operations. So this is a government entity. If you want an insurance, please go and work with them. And there is one pro thing what you can do here is you can, I'll explain the whole process, how does it work, but still I also take the advantages of ECGC is by asking them, paying $500, asking them saying that, okay, can you check can you endorse this buyer? I got a buyer, I'll send them the detail and ask them to check the credibility checks. If they give me a green light, then yeah, it's a good buyer. If they give me a red light, they say like, okay, they don't give me a whole details, but still they'll say that, no, we cannot work with this buyer because already credit limit has gone or he has already defaulted few things. In those situations, you already know it, so it's better you just eliminate the buyer. You don't work with that buyer until it doesn't say that, okay, if the buyer, the insurance company rejects, you are not going to work with the buyer. You can work with the buyer only on the other payment terms. It could be LC, it could be on an advance payment. Not ever you're going to give him a credit. The person who doesn't have a credibility, you cannot give him the credit. So that please make sure that is being taken to the account. Then comes the Tata AG, whom we work very closely. I'm not endorsing any brand here, or I'm just saying that we are using these services. So we are a bit confident on them. But if you have any issues or if you have any other options, please pick the perfect option which suits your requirement. This is a policy copy which you can check as a trade credit insurance. You can check with any Tata agent, so they can help you with, or else you can go out to their website and apply for it. They will contact you directly. So there are a lot of documentation. The only thing what they may require is the DNB number. So DNB is a company whom you can, this is one number which has been given by this company, who is going to give you a complete detail saying that, okay, what is a policy report, how they are, this is a certificate number. It's a 9-digit number which is given by this company. It's a private organization. So like what we say it as in India, CIBIL. So CIBIL number, CIBIL score. So something like that, these numbers will carry, they will carry the complete report of that, and they will give you the number. So based on that number, there is a credibility score that they give. That is what this policy companies will refer to. Based on this policy numbers, then the things will be moving forward. Then comes the next big player, which is the HDFC. These guys give you the insurance. Please read out what is being covered. So if the buyer is bankrupt or insolvent, then comes the production default. If he is intently not ready to make the payment, even then it is being covered. If there is any political situation like a war or a transfer restrictions, because this situation has already arisen with Bangladesh before, with Sri Lanka, with Nepal, with Pakistan and a few other countries. So please make sure if there is any transaction restriction, inconvertible. So in those situations, your insurance will be claimed. So these are all the insurance companies. They have the varieties of insurances. You need to pick the right one from the right company so that you can confidently export to the global market, so that later, if the buyer doesn't make you the payment, you have your backup ready. You don't make the payment, I'll get it recovered from my insurance company. I don't need to worry about it. So if this is something, if you don't see, this is not the benefit is not there in the domestic market. When it comes to domestic market, if someone defaults your money, you have to go and recover it on a one-on-one. Other than that, you don't have any other alternate options. But when it comes to international market, even if you give a credit without any securities, these insurance companies will cover the complete money for you. It could be as big as 110%, including your profits that is being covered. So please make sure, but you cannot skip the process. You cannot skip the documents as you want. You need to follow the rules. You need to follow the documentations. I need you to send all the documents through the bank, so that it's not you who is going to send the documents and they may have a doubt saying that, okay, you have sent the documents or not. Better you send it to the bank, through the bank, so that you have an additional security paper saying that the bank has sent the document, and this is a letter from the bank stating that all the document, the list of documents, shipping bill, bill of lading, then comes your invoice, commercial bill, certificate of origin, everything is being submitted to the buyer's bank directly through the banking system. So the insurance company will be having very minimal opportunity to disown your claim. So please make sure, keep this in mind. Insurance companies are not your friend. Insurance companies are not here for your charity. Insurance company is a business partner. It's a give and take policy. They have given you the policy, you need to follow the rules and give them back the claim. Only if you have not done any mistakes, they will scrutinize you first. They will audit your process first. Something goes wrong, they will disown your claim. So please make sure, because your buyer has already defaulted, even the insurance company will default your payment, then you have nowhere to go. So please make sure you follow all the rules so that the insurance company doesn't play around with you. Okay? And if you want any support, we are right here to help you. Just the number is there in the description. Just give us a call. Then this is the another company who can help you with. This is a global brand again. So they have a tie-up with Bajaj, I think, so in India. But yeah, you can directly contact them. They have the branch office all across. So how does it normally work? It doesn't happens like this. It will not appear to every buyer. So what they'll do, you need to tell them, after taking a policy, you need to send the buyer's name to the company. They will check the health of the customer. So customer health check, so that gives a credibility calculation. They saying that, okay, your buyer is new. I cannot give more than 5 lakhs limit for this buyer. Then every time whenever you're shipping, it should be less than 5 lakh value. If you do it 10 lakh, okay, you can do it. They will not stop you doing it. But if the buyer doesn't pay you the money, they are going to settle only for 5 lakh, not 10 lakhs. So that's a hurdle for you. So please make sure, even if your full container is around 10 or 15 lakhs, but your limit is 5 lakh, then you please communicate to the buyer saying that, see, my insurance company, I want to do the business with you, but my insurance company is not ready to give me extra credit on your worthiness. So I want you to make the advance payment of 15 lakhs. I'll take a 5 lakh rupees of credit from an insurance company. I can give you only 5 lakh rupees of credit, but the 15 lakh, whatever the worth of that whole consignment is, that is something you need to settle. If you're not able to do that, then at least you need to give me a backup of LC. Only then I can work it around. I'm advising you, please go and watch the LC video. That will help you to save your more money into this, so that you don't get into such troubles. Okay. Then you will do all the businesses as usual. You'll get a claim. Then you'll get a limit. In that limit, you need to keep working with the buyer. There is something called as a turnover based buyers. So insurance is something works like, I do a 5 lakh invoice, I'll get a payment for 5 lakh. Again, you do another 5 lakh. The policy is going to be valid until 1 year or until the payment get defaulted. So all my 5 transactions I have done of 5 lakhs each. Every time I got the money. On the 6th transaction, I didn't got my money. Then you go to insurance company saying that 5 times I have received the money from the same buyer. This is the 6th time I have not received, the buyer is not responding. And this has been almost like 15-20 days now. I've been following up, they is not responding. So please take the claim and process for my payment. So then they will do a background check. They will see what went wrong with the buyer because he has already done 5-6 transactions, what went wrong and all of it. Then they will be satisfied saying that, okay, the buyer has got bankrupt or he is due to external factors, something is not working. So they will come ahead and then they will give you the payment. But that has to be properly aligned with the policy rules. If you are messed up, then yeah, you will not get any kind of a settlement. Then comes the trade limit updations. If you have done 5 transactions, 6 transactions, 10 transactions, then even the insurance company will get confidence saying that, okay, you have done 5-6 transactions, now we trust your buyer, so we will extend the limit to 20 lakhs. Then from that order onwards, you can do 20 lakh limit of transactions. Then your invoice value can be a full container. Now till now you have been doing LCL. Now you can go ahead and do a full container load of a 20 lakh value, so that you don't have any kind of a limit, because if something goes wrong, the insurance company is backing it up. So you have a backup, you have got a confirmation from the insurance company. So now you are going to raise the limit and you're going to start make more money. So again, 1 or 2 deals are going through, something goes wrong, again go back to the insurance company, get the settlement, and then the things will fall in place. And build, this is where you build the business. If something goes wrong, make a claim. That's as simple as it. All right. So the main benefit here is the protection. If you make a credit business because you want the business, you have already bought it. If something goes wrong, still you are protected with your money. Your money is not going to go anywhere. You'll be having a complete peace of mind. At least if something goes wrong with the buyer, at least my insurance company will pay me. Right? If you have followed the proper rules. And you are very competitive, because the large companies, the bigger companies in India, you can name any big players in FMCG, they don't work until they get the payment. That could be challenging for the small players, small importers in those countries. And the small players don't even know what is trade insurance, where to get the finance and all of it. They'll be just sitting and hoping for the deals to happen. In those situations, what you can do is you can play smart, as you're already watching this video. So what you can do, you can arrange a minimum capital for your product to produce, and then later you take an insurance, because the buyer is not going to make any advance payment. So you send out the goods. If something goes wrong, your insurance is going to back you up, so that your risk is very much managed. You don't have any issues here. So this is very much competitive, and you can stay ahead than your competitors, because the larger companies won't work on credit. The smaller companies won't even participate. So you have an opportunity to play with this. This can be your business winner if you do a proper strategy planning. And if you want help in strategy planning, you can contact us. Then comes the funding. Then comes the profitability. Then comes the cash flows. Initially, you may work with your own capital. Later, your business is running through, then you will be having a cash flow. Then obviously you can work and get the money working, so that you can get loans from the bank, and with the same loan you can run your business and pay the interest to the bank. Along with that, if something goes wrong, you are getting it covered, the whole thing, by the insurance company. So you are safeguarded all across. Your money is not going to go, not even a penny will be a loss if you do it properly. If you don't know how to do it, you can always rely on us. We can support you in any given point of time. Not only this, buyer finding, getting you the deals, negotiating on behalf of you, getting you the business, handling all the payment issues, handling all the documentations, agreements, compliances. The only say what we normally recommend to the manufacturers or traders is, you handle the quality of the product, manage the packaging, labeling, then rest you can completely rely on JB experts. We are experts in handling all of these operations from 2012. So we have a vast experience. We are working in 17 different industries with over 200 plus companies on day in day out basis. So please take to the consultation. You can take a consultation, and we can discuss in person if that something is your requirement. Then comes the growth informations, and then you can grow your business with all the insurance support. So coming to this is an example here. If you are not going to work with anyone, you are just working by yourself. There is some kind of a transactions you do. Sometimes you don't make any profit. And there is a third shipment. When you do it, you may go under loss. But when you work with any insurance company, not only this company is giving as an endorsement here. But if you are working alone, in that case, what you can do is, you are made a first shipment, second shipment. in the third shipment, you will avoid all the losses. I don't say it, okay, until you do a shipment, you will see how the things works. Even before you doing a shipment, you will know the credit worthiness of the buyer. Is the buyer genuine? Is he ethical company? Will he make a payment? Does he has a credibility of making a payment to your bank account? So these are all something is already calculated. Only then this are being executed. So please make sure, if your insurance, one is the LC is the first option. Second, if your buyer is not agreeing to the LC, at least take the insurance to start working. If these both options are not working, then please raise up a hand saying that this deal is not for you, because if you are alive in the market, if you are there in the market for a longer time, if not this order, you will get some other orders. But if you have made a loss and you have exited in the market, you have occurred a huge loss, pick up your bags, go back to your village. There is no other options left for you, or just go and do your any small jobs, whatever is meant for you. This is a very strong advice which I'm providing you, because I have seen a lot of people losing money. They have done 5-6 transactions very well. They made a good money. They become overconfident, and then later the overconfidence kills you. As simple as that. The money is vanished and they are out of business. Then there are sometimes that you bounce back. There are situations that you are collapsed. You cannot do anything. Right? So these are the situations that I normally advise to the people, to make sure you take each and every point to the consideration and then play around with it. And DNB number is something I recommend. If the company has it, it's good. If they don't have it, then you please don't overspend it, do something about it. Just go and ask your insurance company to check and let you know what is the credit worthiness of your buyer. If that's good, work with them. If not, then find a new buyer. That's simple as it is. Because working with a risky buyer is not going to help you. And I'm going to tell you frankly, out of your 10 inquiries, 8 inquiries in today's world are scam. Please be aware of it. Don't get into such traps. If you want any credit report, if you don't want to go to insurance companies, you want to come to us, we will give you a complete ethical report. How much is your buyer is doing? How good is he? Is there any issue with him? Is he facing any kind of legal issues or any compliances problem? We will get you all the report so that you don't face any kind of issues. Probably I'm trying to get reports, like general reports from people. So if I get it, I'll show you how exactly the reports are and what all the things have been covered. So then you can take the things forward from there. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, because this is the value that we are providing in all the 3 languages, English, Kannada and Hindi. So please watch the videos in the playlist. And thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe to the channel and catch you up in the next video. See you there. Bye-bye.